AI's everywhere. When you look back at what Technosylva's been doing for the past several years, help us understand what role has AI played, not only in the past, but what role do you see it playing as we go forward into the future?
Yeah, so AI help us to really address the problem that we're facing is really global. It has an incredible scale. It goes through the years. It goes through all levels of complexity of trying to understand the nature and nature unleashed. So we need to understand weather, we need to understand the vegetation, we need to understand the combination of all those elements that are causing impact, right? So from the very beginning, in Technosylva, actually, we started working with the Andalusian government in Spain in 2008. We started to build an AI model to try to prepare automatic suppression models for the agencies based on simulations. That was a little too
building AI models in 2008.
Yes.
We didn't know it was AI at the time, right?
Yeah, that was the name.
I didn't even know him.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the idea. Okay, how can we, based on the simulation, a fire is here, we have all those resources, help us solve the fire problem, which at the end of the day is a race between a fire growing and suppression resources fighting them. So we started at that time, and we definitely saw that, well, the problem that we need to address, we need to evaluate weather models every day. That is incredibly complex and huge amount of data. And we need to try to distill from all of those models, try to simplify and make it really fast and quick and operational, right? For example, in this you presented in this event, the news that our team is creating a new high-resolution wind based on AI and machine learning called WindTopo to help us to create unprecedented wind calculations at 50-meter resolution. You cannot do that by typical models. You have to get benefit of that kind of techniques.
What would the resolution be of a typical model?
The best models out there are 2 kilometers.
So you're going from 2 kilometers to 50 meters.
50 meters.
So that goes back to the surgical concept, right?
And particularly in areas that have really significant terrain. California, Colorado, there's lots of landscapes. That's where it really makes a difference, right?
Yeah, it makes a difference because you have to think that between 2 kilometers, 1.5 mile, you have terrain here, you may have a valley, what the winds in the valley are totally different than maybe you have a power line that is going through the valley, but it's on the ridge. That line of that pole is suffering tremendous different conditions than what the model tells you because the special conditions of that situation or alignment with the winds. That's an example, but the other example is all the vegetation mapping that we do that is done with data coming from the JEDI, from the International Space Station, and local LiDAR, laser data coming from USGS, or the data that we also put together and create complex models that can help us explain not only the vegetation that we have with LiDAR data, but other models AI models help us to create continuous maps of vegetation when we don't have that data. And obviously, the risk indices that we create every day, they have to be validated with the data that we have from satellite observations globally, and to address all of that and combine the tens of different variables and to be able to create predictive models on that, well, you need to use also AI for that, right?
So we have a really strong foundation in machine learning and AI, and Joaquin and our science and engineering team have been pioneering that and working with customers. With the evolution of AI and how it's exploded and everything, I think the greatest opportunity now is in the decision-making space. We create a lot of complex metrics, and it's challenging for some customers. How do I put these together to be able to make my decisions? And I see an incredible opportunity here for AI to really synthesize and help us interpret all this data, right? Yeah. Not only in the data we produce, but in those risk metrics, to really match up to the decision-making I have to, so they can ask simple questions to get interpretive. And we're doing some incredible work right now to prototype that'll stand on top of our products, and I'm really excited about AI playing that role. I think it's going to provide a lot of benefit to really help us synthesize this huge volume of risk data that we're producing into simple solutions, because ultimately we have to make very efficient and very quick solutions our customers, and so we have to have simple tools to do that over very complex data. And I think AI provides great potential there.
And actually, it's important to understand that AI alone Like when we look, for example, the basic of the tool that we use is the fire modeling. Oh, AI is going to solve for that. Well, not alone. AI is you have to be really very intentional where you use AI, not as a whole, but all the parts of the process.
Right.
Because if you just want to apply, oh, an AI model is going to solve this complex problem, you know what? You're not gonna, you won't know which part of the process of the complexity you can act to reduce the model. So that's the reason we use AI on weather, on fields, on impacts, on all of that, and we know exactly where it can help us. And then I can agree more with back is okay. Help us to simplify the complexity, right?
Let's help the decision maker.
Yeah.
Let's help them make that decision quickly and answer those questions in a simple, normal narrative. And I think that's the greatest potential beyond how we've used it on the data side.